locking the door.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Two Wavy Girls on the Internet. We're so excited you're here. I am one of your hosts, Alyson Lupo.
And I'm S2E4 Curly Courtney. We celebrate all things wavy, curly, and wonderfully real.
And we play around with all the products and we read the back of the bottle so that you don't have to. And today we are so excited to have a special guest with us. This is actually our first podcast featuring a guest, and her name is Barbara Dell. We will be calling her Barbie Dell for the sake of this podcast. Her name on the Instagram, on the Insta world is It's Barbie Dell. And that is how I always say your name in my mind, Barbara. Barbie, I hope that's fine. It's Barbie Dell. So welcome to the podcast. We are so happy to have you here.
I'm so excited. I can't believe I'm the first guest. That's like the biggest honor in the world. So thank you.
We think so. We think it's a huge honor. Courtney, would you say it's a huge honor? Our podcast is very special.
Yes, I would. I would love it if Barbie would tell our audiences a little bit about herself, because like we know all about you, but maybe somebody watching hasn't had the pleasure yet. Go for it, Barbie.
Yeah. So hello, it's Barbie Dell. No, I started in the curly hair world more professionally in 2020, and I started actually doing curly hair coaching. That was just sort of something that I wanted to do. I was able to help my own hair and some friends and family. So I was like, maybe I'll try to, make a living from this. And while promoting that, I was posting a lot of tips online, and my at first TikTok account really just kind of popped off. And I created an audience and a community and was able to help a lot of people. And definitely working one-on-one with people like really made me understand hair in a completely different way, as I know you guys can both understand. But yeah, so I've worked with literally thousands of different people's hair at this point. And then I did that for 2 years. And then 2 or 3 years ago, I started Curls Monthly, which is a curly hair subscription service. So you can like try out more products before committing to buying them. You can also learn about products. So if you're a product junkie or you want to save money on products, like that is the place to go.
That is the absolute coolest idea, complete stroke of genius. And then somebody with the passion to carry that ball and see it through. You're incredible. Oh my goodness. It was featured. Weren't you featured in like Forbes 30 under 30 because of how insanely amazing you are?
No, but yeah,
it's incredible. Yeah. I love what you put together. I've actually been going through your website and going, man, look at all of the products that she has here. Like there are so many, from high-end salon quality, like they say, products on there, to things you can get at CVS, Target, Walmart. Like the scope is absolutely huge. I think Curls Monthly is really cool. And I was like, how does she have like these thousands of videos of training in there? You have different abilities for people to talk with someone about their curls and get some information. I think that's really cool. It's just so multifaceted. I just think, like Courtney said, what an absolute stroke of genius that you had putting this together. And I hope that it's been super successful and continues to be. I've seen so many like curl subscription boxes fail over the years. Yeah. I need yours to succeed. Like don't give up on it. Like it's amazing.
I know. And I've like definitely have been watching them from afar too. And I have a lot of grit. I don't know the other business owners, but I think that does make a really big difference. Is I really am like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it. And owning a business is the hardest thing in the entire universe. Definitely, if I knew what went into it before I started, I would have never started. But now I'm here, and now I'm too deep into it. And no, we are here to stay. We are solidly here to stay.
That's awesome.
Barbie, I remember one time we were chatting, just you and I, and we were talking about this, and you said, I was like, how did you do this? How? And you said, well, why not? How not? Like, that's your attitude. It's like, let's problem solve. Let's figure this out. Why not try? Yeah. And it really shows like how much you put into this company. It's really, really cool. And it's so much fun. Is there anything more fun than getting a package of cute little travel-sized hair products every single month?
Literally.
I mean, this sounds like a good time to me. Don't threaten me with a good time. 5 products to play around with.
I get it to my doorstep, and I'm like, oh, like when I get them.
You have to be. You're like, this stuff better arrive. Like, I need to make sure the post office is doing what they're doing.
That's why we do
like,
it.
Look at what I got. Like, these are for me. How many times do I get like a whole box of products in from my salon, and I take them up there and I don't keep one for myself? I'm like the shoemaker has no shoes kind of situation. And I need to do better about keeping things for me. Like, I use them all. And then I'm like, oh, but I don't deserve this, and take it to my salon. I love that you're getting it for you. Like, keep doing that. I brought some things home from my salon today though. Like, I have my items that are my things that are my product spotlight. I don't know I hope you have a product spotlight today. I hope Courtney told you. We always have a product spotlight. So I'm very excited to see what yours is, because you have so many things at your fingertips to choose from. So I'm dying to know, like, what did you pull? What did Barbie pull to choose from today? Oh, it will be so good. Well, should we talk about our subject at hand, which is overrated wavy hair tips, or the underrated ones? Like, what is actually working? And I was watching some of your Instagrams, as I always am, just skulking in the background, watching everybody's like, what is everybody talking about now? And I loved your take on, and was confused by, conditioning first and shampooing second, and the idea of styling for finish rather than styling for porosity, which honestly are kind of the same thing, but different words to say the same thing, to be honest. But I loved your take on that, and the way that that would just appeal to somebody's perspective, like just a different, like a paradigm shift to think about porosity, rather than thinking of holes in your hair. What is the actual, or lack thereof, what is the actual like finish or the feel of my hair, and how can I style for that to achieve what I want, which is often the opposite. So I thought that was really cool, but I would love to quiz you first on your overrated or underrated tips. What are the things that you think are something we should trash, and what is something that we should keep based on what you have seen?
Yeah. I see a lot of people with wavy hair on the internet putting heavy creams in their hair, and that like always just like puts a knife through my heart. And then, you know, they're doing the heavy creams, and then they are finger coiling, and then they are, you know, they're just overloading their product with so much stuff, trying to make their hair look like something that it isn't. And I always saw this too, like when I was doing curly hair coaching, like on my questionnaire, I'd be like, what do you want your hair to look like? You know, what's your dream head of hair? And I would write like realistically. And there'd be people with like Courtney's hair being like, I want to look like you. And that's fine. And I'm honored. But it's just like, sure, you can try to do that. But like, you are going to be spending hours and hours and hours styling your hair. It's never going to look good the next day. It's never going to refresh well. It's never like, the way that your hair refreshes well is if you just actually style like for your hair's actual pattern, and you're not just on this journey trying to make it curlier all the time. Like a lot of times it doesn't refresh well because you finger coiled the bejesus out of it, and it's unable to hold that shape for days and days and days because it's just not the shape of your hair. So I would say just like, my overrated thing is just like the over styling of waves. I just think that like waves are so pretty. Just like let them be waves and not try to be anything else. Now, if you want to curl your hair, but like as an everyday styling, that's kind of what I would say.
I love that.
I think that makes perfect sense. How many times, Courtney, do you see people even coming into your cosmetology school? If you guys don't know, Courtney is in cosmetology school. She will be done. Is it in January, or you'll be in your own space in January?
The goal is to have my chair open to the public at the end of January of next year. I graduate in December. And then I have to take all of the exams and stuff.
And, you know, and I have a salon space in Dallas. So like I see clients day in and day out. And like, Courtney, do you hate it like I do when I see, just like Barbie is talking about, guests come in and they are using like a cream, like Barbie's talking about a heavier cream, a foam, and like 2 gels. And it's like, just, it doesn't move, or have you seen this? Have you seen this come into your school where like, it just doesn't move, or it doesn't look real? It doesn't look like real hair. And you're like, how do I gently like guide? Because you don't want to tell someone like, I think your hair should look different than it does, because what I'm saying is obviously that your hair looks bad. Like that is not what you want to say, but you want to guide them because you know they're there for a reason. Like, how do you guide that?
Oh, my personal experience has been slightly different. So far, literally every person that I've had the opportunity to work on, when I'm done with their curls, it's the curliest and softest and lightest and bounciest their hair has ever been. Maybe I'm just on a streak, you know, like I'm not going to pretend like I know everything and like have touched heads of hair for as long as anybody else. I know I've just started, but so far that's been the experience. Perhaps it's just the particular people that are coming in and seeing me. Typically, what I'm running into is people are using low quality products or products that are so mismatched for their hair that their hair does not maximize its own natural curl enhancement or softness. It's gritty, it's stretched out, it is built up, but oftentimes they're using like a mousse from Walmart that's like $2 and that's all they're using. So when I throw some really good stuff at their hair, we get a lot of curl out of it. But that is slightly different. I do love, Barbie, this concept of like, let's actually embrace the hair that we are fearfully and wonderfully made with. Let's stop trying to force a square peg into a round hole. I absolutely fell into that trap when I first started because one, I remembered what my curls looked like when I was 3 and I had crazy ringlets. And I thought, oh, if I just do the curly girl method, I can force curls where there are none naturally. I saw that curl type chart. I picked out 3B curls. That is what I wanted. And that's what I chased. It's when I quit chasing that and started chasing healthy hair that my hair really turned around, really blossomed, really bloomed. And lo and behold, actually became slightly curlier. So there's that.
I'm so glad you said that, Courtney. That was one of the things I had written down for underrated versus overrated or vice versa. Overrated, I'm going to say it. Curly girl method journey, curly girl journey is out. Like that's no more. That is so overrated. Like this whole idea of the very long list of can'ts and the very long list of musts is like exhausting. And I think that there's room for the healthy hair journey. I call that underrated just because I know you and I have been preaching healthy hair journey forever, but I don't know that I still see in the Facebook forums, I still see on especially people like newer to the internet, they have found the curly girl method. They are all CGM, curly girl method. That's all they want to talk about. And I think it can be a good starting place.
How do I get curlier hair that lasts for 7 days without a refresh? Like, where is this unicorn? How do I achieve unicorn status?
That can't be the goal. You can't say, I will get to that. I mean, I understand that everybody needs a goal and that it's something very visual. They can say, this is what I want to go for. But at the end of the day, you have to kind of see where your hair goes and what your hair tells you. And like when I'm cutting hair, I am more often than not looking at, especially with dry cuts, when I cut something, where is that cowlick pushing that actual hair? Where does it land? It might go from the back of the head to the side. I've got to cut it like it lives on the side. You know what I mean? So when you think about little things like that, like I am looking at where is the hair going? And the journey can be very different, can be it's different for everybody. They have to look at what is my hair telling me? What am I learning about it? And what am I learning about myself in the process? So I think the healthy hair journey is so underrated where the curly girl method journey is overrated.
Yeah. Like I'll have straight hair friends be like, oh, like you don't have any products, like suggestions for me, right? Like you don't know how to do straight hair. And I'm like, no, actually I do. It's just healthy hair. Like healthy curls are like, will curl their best. Healthy straight hair will look their best. Like it's just about
hair is hair. And sure, bends and waves and curls and whirls and swirls add a layer of complexity, but healthy hair is healthy hair.
Yeah, for sure.
Courtney, I got an email from one of my clients. One of my email subscribers, I sent an email out last week letting them know about our last podcast where we talked about saying the quiet part out loud, how maybe we said all the things that we shouldn't have said. And one of them wrote back that she had taken a very long curl break. She was like, I'm not even sure I'm ever going to go back. And I was like, that's fantastic. So I also wanted to add that taking a styling break for however long you want, like taking a break from a bad boyfriend in high school, girl, you just have to do that. You may not ever go back to him and that is fine. It's the same with your hair. Like take yourself a wavy, curly hair break and come back when you want to.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually my overrated wavy hair tip, was to always style your hair so that, you enhance your curl memory. You get the most out of your curls.
You
If you
train it.
ever pull your hair back or ever wear it perfectly straight, you have wrecked your progress somehow. Dude, I am like wavy hair, air dried, product free right now. Styling break. Tips that actually work are styling breaks. Instead of running screaming back to the flat iron because you're fed up with looking like you've stuck your finger in a light socket, just take a styling break, and you see how much the health of your hair is improved by incorporating healthy hair practices on a regular basis in an effort to make your hair curlier or wavier. You're trying to style it. Your hair, you're using microfiber towels, you're using satin pillowcases, you're using gentle brushes, you're using really nourishing, hydrating, conditioning products. You take that styling break and you go, oh, my hair actually feels better now than it used to. So, okay, maybe I won't just throw in the microfiber towel and quit. I can keep going. Another overrated.
That's what I heard.
What's that?
I love that. Throw in the microfiber towel. Like, oh, yeah. That's so good.
I love it. Another thing I kind of wanted selfishly to pick y'all's brains about, an overrated tip would be to figure out your protein moisture balance. I feel like this became a hyper focus for a while, and I feel like it actually tripped me up for a while. What do y'all think?
Yeah, actually, when I was first starting to learn my hair, that was something that like I saw, I don't even know who, could have literally been you. I don't know. I saw people make videos about, and I was like, what? I'm not becoming a scientist to learn my hair. Like, and then eventually I just like sucked it up and learned it. And it did really help me at the time because I, didn't know what I was doing. But I don't, I just don't think it is as much about that. I mean, that's been debunked in a million different ways too, that like, it's not actually balance and things like that. I think that it can be beneficial, but again, that's like why I switched my verbiage up to like that soft versus rough thing, because people don't want to be a scientist. Like they don't want to go to Cosmo school. They just want to do their hair, and like, they just want to,
I felt like that was such a smart way to approach that topic, because there is a little bit of truth in it.
Mm-hmm.
No, our hair is not moisturized, like full of moisture when it's well conditioned. It has a soft finish. It feels soft. Mm-hmm. Soft finish is way easier to explain the concept of like moisture, and then rough finish. Perhaps we're over proteined. We need some more condition. Exactly. Or we have a higher porosity situation going on. It's lacking conditioning. It's lacking moisture. Just using different words to describe the same thing, but to make it easier to understand.
Yeah, easier and less complicated. Like I used to sit there and like look at, like I used to like freak out about not having any protein touch my hair because it is on the more rough end. And now just like the more that I learn, like it is okay to have some, like it doesn't have to be so dramatic. Like if I have protein or a silicone touch my hair, like I used to be like, that's it, game, my life is ended. Like I had a silicone touch my hair. Like I like when I was like getting my hair styled and like they used like a silicone something on me, and I was like sitting in the chair like like, oh my gosh, like my hair is going to, it's never gonna like look good ever again. But I just like, I don't think that it is as specific as I think even 3 years ago when I was posting content thought that it was. I think as I'm learning more, I think that it's like there is more wiggle room than I think I originally thought.
Yeah.
And I think that when people were talking about that protein moisture balance, it was like, oh, protein is only for these people and moisture is only for these people. Yeah. And like everything on social, it became black and white. It's either this or that. And there is such a gray area. And that's what I think makes it so hard to explain and to talk about. So talking about rough versus soft or coarse versus fine can make a lot more sense. And then what does that mean? Like putting those things together. But when you talk about, oh, this is only for those people and this is only for that people, it doesn't make sense. And saying, oh, if I use a silicone, it's game over. Now I've got to go home and like clarify the Jesus out of my hair. And it's just, it's so over the top. Like, it's just, everybody needs to chill. I think
Yeah.
everybody just needs to chill and just, you know what? I want you to use a silicone today. I want you to go somewhere and just use a silicone today. And I want you to know the world is not going to end. Don't use a silicone tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. But you also don't have to like clarify your hair and like the whole shebang. Like your hair's not going to fall out. It's just not. You used them for years and your hair was fine at first. It looked beautiful. And I was just thinking too, Courtney, I wanted to circle back to your healthy hair journey and styling break situation. I was just thinking, dang, your hair looks so good today.
It does.
Like, can we speak about,
So
like,
healthy.
if you guys are watching, if you're not, if you're just listening to this, Courtney's hair is wavy. It is unbelievably shining. Like I'm blinded right now by the shininess of Courtney's hair because, you know, going back to, not to go back to this a lot, but just like that curly girl method journey versus healthy hair journey, like just telling yourself you're on a healthy hair journey, like look at how shiny your hair is now that you aren't doing anything. I do find on the days I myself took a styling break this weekend and found that I was like, my hair's gonna look so bad. And you know, a couple of days later, having slept on it and everything, I was like, it does not look that bad. I wore that hair to church, girl. I wore that hair to church on Sunday and I was like, that looked fine. It is okay. It was fine. So the healthy hair journey is just looking at you. I had to call you out because you looked lovely today. What do y'all think about upside down styling versus upright or side to side styling? Because that's on my list. Y'all tell me what you think about it first before I dive into which one I think is overrated versus underrated. Or do you have opinions on it at all?
I mean, I do think that it does make a difference to me when I do it, but I also have curl that naturally does curl at the root. So if you're talking to a more wavy person, which is probably the type of people watching this video, it might not make the biggest difference. Although I really want to hear Courtney on this, because when I think of upside down styling, I have that very specific image of your bathroom, of her, and like, yeah, so I really want to know your thoughts on that. But I do think that it makes a difference when I do that. I don't do it all the time. It just adds extra volume and kind of messiness, like kind of have what I have right now. It's just like a little bit messier when I want that type of a look. But it also depends on, there's so many, that can mean a million things. Are you doing that when you're shampooing and conditioning, which I never do, but are you doing like, sometimes I'll just do it at the very end of my routine to spray hairspray. Sometimes I'll do it at the very beginning of my routine or the whole time. Like there's so many different ways, and the devil's in the details. Like it really does, your hair will, like when you do it will drastically change your results, in my opinion.
I agree. It depends on what you're going for. What are you trying to achieve? I have become the queen of being an absolute chameleon because like today's styling break, almost completely bone straight hair with a slight bend at the end in random places.
I love it.
Thank you so much. When I pull out all the absolute stops, recently I shared on my channel, if y'all care to reference what I'm talking about. Sorry, if y'all care to see what I'm referencing. There we go. Those are the words I wanted. When I do my upright brush styling routine and I layer 3 or 4 different products in my hair and I am going for it, I can make my hair look like 3A curls, like actual solid 3/8 curls that last for a bit. That may not be for everybody. You may need something quick and easy. And for me personally, the quick, the easy that gets me really decent results is when I just hang upside down over my bathtub, do my super crazy fast brush styling routine, just pull the hair off of my crown, off the sides and back of my head, swing my head around a little bit, kind of shake those curl clumps into place, glaze over product and scrunch, crunch, 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 boom, I'm done. I can handle that. Was I going for perfection that day? No, but I was getting decent routine there. I personally haven't found, oh, this is like a huge controversial opinion. Ooh, I'm now scared. I now feel self-conscious. I have not noticed recently any difference between styling upside down and right side up in my volume. Mm-hmm. If you are brush styling right side up and you are pulling that hair off of your scalp, you're going to get the same root lift as you would if you were hanging completely upside down. If your body allows you to hang upside down, maybe that's easier for you to just flip upside down to get that root volume, but maybe it's not easy for you. I personally have rheumatoid arthritis, and sometimes my shoulders are on absolute fire. So me lifting my arm above my head to get the root volume is not going to happen that day. So if I flip upside down, I can do that. Like I feel like it kind of just depends on what you're going for and what your body will let you do.
This may be kind of basic, but I feel like I want to take something that both of y'all have said and shout it for the people in the back to hear, which is your hair. I tell this to my clients all the time. Your hair is open to suggestion, whether you style it upside down. What I mean by that is what you do matters what the end result looks like. I will have so many clients coming in and thinking my hair only does this because they don't realize they can make it curlier, or they can style it so that it is a more relaxed curl, or that they can just get more volume and lift right here if they just diffuse maybe the top portion of their hair, but then let the bottom air dry. There are so many things that you can do to influence what your end result looks like. So if that is not a concept you've thought about before, I just want to make sure that the people listening, the people in the back hear that is something that you absolutely can influence. I personally used to do a lot of upside down styling, like all upside down styling, because I wanted all that volume. And for me, I did see a huge difference. I know that you don't really feel like you have, and I'm more thinking of not just upside down styling, like the actual application of product and arranging your hair, but actually also diffusing it upside down. Are y'all still diffusing upside down? Because this became a real thing that I do not do anymore.
Yeah. I do.
You are?
I flip my head upside down.
You,
I actually kind of hammock diffuse a little bit. Like I set my
that's
dryer
right.
on my counter and hold it up with my microfiber towel. But
I remember that was like a big thing a few years ago. I'll do upside down. It depends on the styling that I want. Like again, this wash day, I went for like more of like a big messy look. So that I'm doing up and down, back and right, left, like doing everything. But then I'll do like kind of another look where I'll like part my hair in the middle and it's more defined. For that, I will not part upside. I actually find that when I have a middle part going upside down, it's like not
I just think that there's so many, I feel like mistakes I have to fix. Like, like you go upside down and like, you can't really see what you're doing.
Yes.
And then if you're down there for too long, you come up and you have these like wonky bits, you're doing something absolutely insane. Or if you have baby hairs, like right in the front, I mean, here we are, like now we're crazy. And now I need water and a toothbrush and like all kinds of things to make those little guys lay down. So I have really come to love side to side or upright styling. Like we're at a nice deep lean. Like I style my hair that way most of the time, but then I have to compensate a lot with like a lot of root clips.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, but I feel like I don't have as much to fix if I style side to side, but I have more to compensate for if I don't style upside down. So there's benefit to either one. But for me personally, I'm going to say I personally like not having to fix things. So I'm going to go with upside down styling, or at least diffusing, being overrated. But y'all feel free to disagree with me. I am in the agree to disagree camp all day long. I'm Switzerland.
Yeah, I just feel like diffusing upside down makes a really big difference.
Yeah, it can. Yeah. If you like it.
Yeah, I kind of do all of it. I start out upside down. I kind of get the roots mostly dry, and then I start flipping around and moving around more once that cast kind of starts to set. But I do actually start upside down most of the time. Root volume, yay. I hate root clips. Alyson, you are welcome to root clip. I hate those things with a burning passion. Don't touch me with a root clip.
I love them. I love them. I continue to say that they're underrated, even though I know that they are a pain in the butt for so many people. Listen, it's like a crock pot. Okay. You set it and forget it. Here's how you do it. Okay. I'm going to show you. Okay. I might've talked about this before. I didn't call it out like this on my YouTube because I didn't want the people to come for me back in the day. I have termed it drag clipping. Okay. Because you look like a fabulous drag queen by the time you are done. Okay. You look like RuPaul. So you take the little clips. I don't have any sitting here because I'm in my home office and not at my salon today. You take them, open them up about 1/4 of an inch, set it like an inch or two from your scalp, and then like it's still open. You just drag it up and then close it and let go. There you go. You can just do it by feel, the whole thing. They are magical. But I am a fan of precision. So I would rather have the precision than like do all the clips, but everybody's got so many different solutions. Barbie, do you carry on Curls Monthly, like different clips or solutions for people to achieve root volume? Because I saw that you do have some tools on Curls Monthly. Like you have some of the, like the teletie type things, and you have some other rubber bands, but do you have like root liftage solutions? I made that word up just now. I think it's valid. I think it's valid.
We have like alligator clips, which I actually do use a lot because I'll put an alligator clip actually right here, especially when like I'm doing this messy look kind of in the front, and then I'll hairspray right here to give that like lifted look. So I use alligator clips, but no, and as you're saying that, I'm like, gotta get them in there.
Yeah. We need some more root liftage solutions. I think that would be good. Do we have any comments from people where people like want to add their own overrated or underrated? I haven't looked at the comments because we've been so like immersed in our conversations. I'm dying to know what other people think. I've got one that says she agrees that CGM was horrible.
Yes.
Again, a good starting place, but at this point in time, like, Barbie's got kind of a new way of putting things. We've got another way of putting things. I think that we can move on. I'm going to say, I think it's time. I think it's time to do something different. We're there.
Absolutely.
I love that Gina Marie was here. I didn't realize she was here. Love you, girl.
All right, DRV has shared, today is my first time. Oops, let me pop that one back up again, Courtney. Today is my first time not doing a curly routine. Poor girl, she broke her rib and cannot handle the bending over, bless your heart, or hands over the head thing. Hey, that's okay. That sounds like a styling break to me, or it just sounds like a different way of getting to style your hair, and you might even find something that you like better. So y'all don't hesitate to like take those opportunities where you're like, this is not going to work for me today. I'm going to do something different. And you might find out something totally different. I did a YouTube video a while back where I did an air dry routine versus a diffuse routine. And so many people were like, I like your air dry hair better. And I'm like, well, that's interesting, because the way I came up with that was by literally being lazy and not having time to do my hair and actually running around town. I can't believe I'm saying this, but like with wet hair for a day and then getting home and being like, that wasn't horrible. Right? Craziness. Okay, you had popped one up.
That is also like for wavy people, that is, I can't get away with that. Like there is basically no world where I can't style my hair, or I can't just put something in my hair. So for like if I want to take time off, because my hair is rough and it's curly, like there's no world where like it would look like how Courtney's looks right now. There is like obviously no world. So for for the wavy people listening who always want curly hair, the grass is not always greener. I cannot get away with that. So what I have to do, like if I want those like non-wash days, is I will I have to do an entire routine, and I just rake like my cream and my mousse or whatever through, and then I just let it air dry. So it's like there's no world where I just like can't.
It's a version of taking a styling break, but there is still styling product involved because of your hair, the tightness of your curl pattern, and the finish on your hair. It needs something. There's no leaving nothing in your hair.
Yeah, exactly.
That needs control. Wavies, did y'all hear that? There is a benefit to having wavy hair. I want to make sure that everybody heard that. It came from a curly person, just so you know.
I love this comment from Paula. She says, hi, recovering wavy girl here. I went way deep into wavy girl for many years and I'm burned out. Can you recommend a hybrid cut and style so that I can have the best of both worlds? Most days are blowout days. You, Barbie, have styled a bunch of people's hair. I love that series that you were doing. Did you see any kind of like hybrid haircuts that like they wore their hair blown out most of the time, but when you went ahead and styled it, it was like, oh, dang, that was amazing.
Wavy hair, again, another great thing about wavy hair, everyone, is the fact that because the shrinkage is a lot less, you can get away with like I always say, I'm sure you guys talk to them all the time. Like there'll be people who like, there is absolutely no curly cut around them. Within a 3-hour drive, there's no curly cut. And I'm like when you have like the looser your curl pattern is, you can get away with those regular cuts more because it's not shrinking and doing weird things. So that being said, what I would tell you to do would, probably just get long rounded layers. And if you want face framing pieces of any type, maybe like some curtain bangs, but I would just ask for long rounded layers, and that would look good, wavy or straight.
How about you,
and always
Alyson?
layers. I mean, always layers for wavy hair, especially because it could get so heavy, so bottom heavy, such a pyramid. I've talked about this before, but did you guys, when y'all were younger, did y'all get, because you maybe, I mean, Barbie, your hair is curlier, so you might have always known you had curly hair. A lot of times, I don't know if you've ever heard this before, Barbie, wavy people didn't know that they had textured hair. We didn't know that we had wavy hair. So I would get what I called like the puppy dog ears because I didn't really have layers. And so it would just be like straight and it would poof out like by my jaw when it was shorter. Oh, it was not good at all. So I would always tell people like, get layers, even if you're getting it from someone who's doing like a standard like straight haircut or a blended haircut, please ask for layers, 100%. But also because I will say that because people with wavy hair can have, if your hair is wavy, but you have like tight curls underneath, like at the nape of your neck. Barbie, have you seen that before? Like, I know you've styled a lot of heads. Do you have a license? Like, are you a stylist? Do you have a salon space? Oh my gosh. Well, that's obviously your track. So you're going to need to go ahead and go to cosmetology school. So go ahead and do that. Okay. So Barbie's going to go to cosmetology school next, y'all. We'll cover back with her once she's in school. You heard it here first.
No, but I had, especially because when I was curl coaching, I mean, that was like a big thing, the nape of the neck curls. I really always am a pretty firm believer that if like I would say 90% of the time, if you have curlier curls up here than up top, I would say about 90% of the time, the top can actually be curlier if you make your hair healthier. It's not always the exact same pattern, but
you can get it closer.
You can get it closer. Where I've found if it's the top that's curlier and the bottom that's straighter, you can't really get that closer.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. But again, for those people that have those vastly different curl patterns, even if you're overall a wavy, if you have those tight curls, the other thing I would recommend to you, Paula, especially is ask for a dry cut. Like, even if your stylist has not done this before, I would urge her to say, just follow my hair, like trust the hair, cut it dry. Because if you're using those little teeny tiny curls, like if you have them that are like at the nape of your neck or somewhere else as the guide, that is not the guide. I know every stylist will know that, but when you're pulling that hair straight out when it's wet, it's so easy to think that could be it. And I would avoid that at all costs. So yes, you can totally have the best of both worlds, as Barbie has said. Wavies, y'all, you can get the straight haircuts. You can. I still think a curl stylist is the best way to go because they'll know how to cut your hair wet. They'll be looking for those differences in curl patterns, but you can get away with it. So, hey, there's another yay moment. Like, hey, we're wavy. It's dance it out. Dance it out.
All I would say is I love the idea of getting the haircut dry. I have been consuming way too much content around hairstyling now. It's all I see on my feed. There is a sweet, sweet lady who, when she has a curly client come in and they want to be able to wear their hair both wavy and curly, she will cut their hair dry and then go back and cut the hair wet. So she is cutting the hair twice. It is twice as much work, but it ensures that you're getting evenness for either or. I do think that I think it's more common than people realize to have a more uniform curl pattern. Yes. Like you said, Barbie, like, okay, the top's really loose, but the bottom's really curly. Well, have you scrunched your hair all the way to the root? Did you actually apply product and scrunch it in those areas? Yes. I had a client come in this week who the top section of her hair was 1A. It was straight. And the bottom was 3A, 3B, really, really tight. As soon as I gave her a really nice rounded haircut and flipped her upside down and scrunched some gel into her hair, what do you know? That top layer curled up really, really nicely. Awesome. When you have a super uniform curl pattern, you can get your hair cut wet and it will be fine. You know, it's when you start to have wildly, wildly, wildly different curl patterns that you really do need a dry cut. But if you are really concerned, just ask for both. Say, hey, can you please cut my hair dry? And then like just double check the cut after you've shampooed me.
I'll add one thing to that too. If you have crazy calyx, if you have cowlicks and and you don't want to like style your hair, like you kind of want to roll out of bed and like live your life, dry haircuts are for you too, because they're going to kick hair from one place somewhere else and it needs to be cut where it lives. That's
Never
my take.
thought of that. Genius.
Absolutely. This question's for you, Barbie. Can you get So Wavy products and curls monthly?
Yes, of course. We serve waves, curls, and coils. And a lot of the times, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but a lot of the times, most products, I mean, it just depends on your preferences. But a lot of times things that's like honestly the beauty of Curls Monthly is there'll be like, for example, the Do, which I think is primarily a brand that's advertised for type 4 hair. So many of my wavy subscribers love the Do Mousse. It's like everyone's new favorite thing. They're getting like 7 of them. It's like, it's so wild because that is not targeted towards that. So yes, we have specifically products that say the word wavy on it if you're looking for that. But like, I think, and I'm sure you guys can agree, it doesn't necessarily need to say the word wavy on it. It's about preference. So like if you have a softer hair pattern, then you're going to, want things that are probably lighter weight or maybe not. Maybe you like that more weighed down Mamma Mia look. So yes, we have all waves, curls, and coils.
I want to know what your like number, if you can remember off the top of your head, like number 1 or number 2, number 3, like best-selling products are, because I'm wondering if when you see those things, you're like, is there a TikTok trend somewhere that I didn't know about? Like, I feel like you will see those things and then go, where's the trend, and go look for it. Like, I'm so curious about that.
Oh, no, it is like, I feel like I could like make a whole nother sector of my business that's like curly hair analytics. Like if you know anybody that's like really good and nerds out on like trends and analytics, like have them work for my company because it is crazy. Like some months. So like, for example, something that's really hot right now is Olaplex number 7 oil, like the yellow oil.
Yeah.
That like suddenly like I feels like every order is getting that in their bag.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is like, okay.
Well, okay. I had a thought. Tell me if I'm right. Fall, static, using an oil to knock down the static off of your hair, question mark? What do y'all think? That's where my mind went.
I could see it, but why that oil over another oil? I'm sure Barbie has several oils like in her arsenal of things that, so I go, where's the TikTok
bond repair? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's, I see a lot of influencers using it. So that's what my mind goes to is like these girlies are seeing the influencers using it and that's what they're using.
Yeah.
So that's one. Pattern mousse is one flying off the shelf right now. People are loving that.
Is that a new product? I mean, I know that Pattern is doing such a great job coming out with new products, but I don't have my finger on the pulse of them like all the time. So like, is that one that just came out with that mousse? Is that new to their line, or has that one been around for a second? Suddenly it's popular.
It's not, but like it's actually funny. Like, especially this is like the wavy side of the internet. I feel like a lot of wavy girls follow me. Like I just like, I don't know where this came from, but a lot of my people are wavy. And the pattern came from the Greta Wilson routine.
Yep.
So she was a big pattern mousse person, which is funny because I actually have used that mousse on people to style. And I actually don't love it for waves in my experience.
Why is what do you not love about it for waves? What does it do that you wish it wouldn't, or what does it not do that you wish it would?
I feel like it's just too heavy. I just feel like it's too heavy, not enough hold. So like,
too moisturizing, too much conditioning.
Too moisturizing and not strong enough of a hold that I would be like, wavy girl, this is your thing. Whereas that Do Mousse that I was talking about, the Do Mousse is super high in protein, really nice hold, and I just feel like
Courtney's got her box coming now. She's already subscribed. She's on the internet during the chat, placing her order while we're talking. Earth to Courtney. I think I know, Barbie, why the wavies follow you. You're talking about your hair being like rough. When I look at your hair, it looks really fine to me. Like maybe it's the color. Maybe it's that your actual curls are kind of like smaller, like they're not super chunky curls. And a lot of times I see that in people that have coarser or stronger or rougher feeling hair. And I would have thought, and I have several clients that are curly like you, but I put them mentally in the wavy side of things because, we've heard the phrase before. I think Atoya Bass has said this many times before, but a curly wakes up curly and a wavy wakes up straight. And so I have a couple of clients that do have curly hair. Have you not heard this, Courtney?
No,
that's the first time I heard that one.
So she is curly. I've got a couple of these, but one in particular that I'm thinking of. But because her hair is so fine and it's just naturally on the drier side and more, I'm going to talk about porosity, but it's higher porosity because it just dehydrates so easily that when she wakes up, it is very smushed and very flat and almost more straight. And so your hair to me resembles hers just in terms of like how big your curls are and how they look fine, even though they might not be. I mean, it's hard to tell through a screen, honestly, but your hair looks like it could be that kind of, I wake up straight, even though I start out curly. So you would be in that wavy territory, but maybe a bunch of wavies have found you because we're all curl junkies. Curl product junkies, and you feed the product junkie side of the internet. So that's where we are.
Who literally knows? But my hair actually gets curlier as the days go on. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. She's a true curly, y'all. We don't know what that's like, but it looks like it'd be cool.
An underrated tip or an underrated thing is the bowl method. Thoughts? This came from a comment. So what do y'all think?
I had that written down as overrated. I'm so over it. The bowl method can suck it. I'm done with you.
Okay.
Agree to disagree.
I will play devil's advocate real quick.
Do it.
The first time I did the bowl method, I went, oh, wow. Like really impressed with what it did to my hair, the uniformity, the ginormous curl clumps. My hair had never looked so soft and silky and uniform. But the dry time, I mean, it takes 10 million years to get your hair
so hydrated. So hydrated.
So freaking hydrated. Yeah,
so I say try it once, but it doesn't have to be your every time you wash your hair.
For me, it gives me box curls because it's just like, I really think it's best for wavy hair.
Gotcha.
Like it just does not work, I think, on like curlier curl patterns in my experience. But I would say like if you're a wavy girl who wants to enhance their waves, not try to get curlier hair, like if you just like want to enhance and you want like that kind of nice silky wave, I mean, it works. If it works, it works. I just don't do it.
You know what? I'm gonna say something. I just had a whole like mental paradigm shift. Okay. I had written down bowl method, rice water, ACV, all as being just so overrated because I am lazy. I will not do all these things anymore. I know that they work, but like, I just cannot. Like, there is too much stuff going on in life to do all that stuff. But if the time, do it. But Courtney, you said something like not your all the time method. And I think that because bowl method became really big, like when you and I kind of first started playing on the internet back in like maybe 2017, 2018, and it seemed like it was something people were doing every wash day. I had not considered the idea of the bowl method itself as a treatment for someone with really dry, dehydrated waves. And I'm thinking, man, that is like, maybe you're not deep conditioning, or maybe you are deep conditioning with the bowl method, and that's your treatment. Like you maybe wash it out with the bowl and then you style, but you only do this like once a month, and it like rehydrates your waves or your curls for an extended period of time. That would be a really interesting experiment for someone with chronically dehydrated hair.
Or really chronic poor product distribution. Like if you simply cannot get product on every single curl clump, no matter what you try, one wash day would nail it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I actually forgot what I was going to say. It was good, but who knows what it was.
Well, we had a question.
Do y'all have the perimenopause too? We're just going to make sure that we talk about that on every podcast. I forgot what I'm on this room for. Y'all are too young. Y'all are old. I'm the old one on this call.
I have rheumatoid arthritis brain. Sometimes like life is just so foggy. I'm like, what's today? Am I on
tracks? That fits.
Cassandra had an absolutely great question. Are there different kinds of layers, or are some better than others for wavy hair? What about hidden layers? I have seen the hidden layers thing. It's super interesting, but the only times I've seen it and it work really, really well is on pin straight hair. Hidden layers, what you're doing is you're not making a nice rounded shape on the outside canopy of your hair with the layers. You're actually chopping layers inside your hair.
But you don't have to chop them. We don't have to chop them, though. They don't have to be chopped.
I think that that could either be amazing or it could wildly disrupt your curl pattern, depending on how they're done. So for the standard hairdresser that you might go see, maybe doesn't cut curly hair, maybe he's not a curly hair specialist, I would just get rounded layers.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't ask for special hidden layers unless you're going to a curl specialist who really, really, really knows what they're doing.
So, Courtney, correct me if I'm wrong. When you're saying chop them in, that's where I'm like, no, don't chop them in. Like you're like using the texturizing shears. When Courtney says, and correct me if this is not what you meant, Courtney, but if you go to a standard non-curly trained stylist and they're going to do texturizing in your hair, they're going to use texturizing shears, and those will, gosh, I wish I had some here to show you, like cut little notches basically in your hair underneath. So
And
if
create
you were
those
to like
layers within your hair.
yes.
Yeah.
So if you went to like the parietal part of your head, like if you can kind of feel this little where your head changes shape, everything underneath there can be cut for hidden layers. But if you go to someone who knows what they're doing, and especially if they use a razor to cut those in very gently and not aggressively, it can really reduce the volume of your hair. I don't recommend it for everybody. I have a client that I did this on. She was like, it's so heavy, I just want less hair. But her hair is completely white. It's beautiful. Like it's dropped down, and she's like maybe like in her 40s, and it is white. And people will stop her on the street and ask her how she got it that color. Like it's beautiful. But because her hair has no pigment in it, it's kind of wiry. It's on that stronger, rougher side, if you will. Those little bits ended up poking out through the veil of hair that we had left on top. So it doesn't work for everybody, for sure. And sometimes you learn that, even if you do it like, not aggressively at all. So I would say they're not for everybody, but they can really reduce volume if you especially want to collapse your shape. But yes, there are definitely different kinds of layers, convex layers, concave layers in the way they're cut in a rounded shape, or if you bring that hair, you over direct it, like past the point where it lives completely in the opposite direction and cut those layers that way. So they're ultra, ultra blended when they come down. That's a different way of asking for layers. So if you're going to be someone who's like, I want terminology, I want to Google this, I want to chat GPT this, if you're cool and you're young, then you can use the terms convex layering, concave layering. You can look up razor layering, things like that. That would be my search terms if you're wanting to dive deeper into those sorts of things.
Tips for a horrible back part. I stopped styling my hair wavy for a few months because it was really noticeable when I wear it wavy. Here is my tip because I refuse to root clip. I get a pick or a comb with really, really wide teeth. I stick it at the beginning of the weird cowlick in the back of my head, and then I wiggle the teeth of the comb back and forth in a zigzag pattern as I gently pull the comb down. I do that for about 2, maybe 4 inches, and just keep wiggling that hair over that part until it stops looking crazy, and then maybe hit it with a little bit of hairspray to help that hair lay in that spot to cover up my really weird back part. I have seen people brush style over their cowlicks to kind of like direct the hair over that weird spot so that it just kind of lays in a nice little umbrella covering.
Like a toupee. There's no shame in that. Make your own toupee.
Yeah, literally.
But
I just style, like I'll style, I guess, like the front 3/4 of my head, like in a part or however, and then I don't have issues with it, but for somebody who does, like, then I just style that backwards. So it's just toupee over that area, and then root clip it if we root clip, but if not, we don't.
Alyson, how would you intentionally root clip a weird cowlick to help it dry in a good way?
It's like a sandwich. So I would first of all probably take a comb, and most of all, usually I don't really like relying on a comb for styling hair. Once I've got the water has sort of set the curls and everything else, I don't like combing through the hair, but I do think it's really important to arrange your hair before you start putting your products in. Otherwise, you're not going to like the way it lays around your face and everything else. So I really like to, especially at the sides, comb those bits down, especially if you have a hairline where everything gets pushed back, to comb those bits down. Maybe not even a full combing, but just like a smoothing into place and then using your hands to sort of massage that into place. But if it's at the back of the head, I will fully comb that out so that you have that veil of hair, like you talked about, Courtney, covering up that cowlick. And then when it comes to root clipping it, once I comb it and see where everything really is going to split, no matter what I do to comb it into place, I will take my root clips and place them. I'll like turn my hand sort of upside down, going over my head if I was putting it on myself. So in training my clients to do this themselves, I think is super important, because my goal for my clients is always to be able to do their hair better than I can do it. They're the ones that live with it every day. I'm like, I want you to learn how to do it. Like, get your hand in here and feel where this goes. So take the root clip, go over the back of your head. Like, I really love having a swing arm mirror in my bathroom. I have one linked on my Amazon shop if you want to like go dig to find it, but just one that you can like attach to the wall to hold that in place for you. Or even if you have the ability to like put your phone on something so that you can like see the back of your head in a mirror. It's so important to be able to see those things. But if you can't, and you can reach back with your hand and just feel it, like feel where the split is, grab the hair on either side of that split, bring it together, and like a little sandwich, clip that together. Like, and do one next door to it, do one next door to it, so that you have like maybe 3 or 4 going across the back of your head. And then by the time that dries, I tell everybody, like, if you can see your scalp when your hair is wet, that does not count. Everybody can see that. That doesn't mean that you have no hair, okay? Once you take those clips out and your hair is dry, everything expands and it will fall into a place in a much more attractive way than having those like 4 little bits at the back of your head. I promise it will all expand and it will fall into place like it should. Another thing you can do, if it's really, really a complicated part, is to zigzag it over, like to take 2 pieces and make an X on the back of your head to actually force those bits of hair to cross over each other and then pin them in place that way. Because when you can influence the bonds of your hair going from wet to dry, you really influence them long-term until your next wash day. Now, when you sleep and you sweat and you're hot, it's going to come back again, potentially, maybe not as bad as it would have, but you'll want to do the same thing the next day, where you can just, if you're not fully washing your hair again, dampen it with water from the tap or spray it, make that cross again, or do those 3 or 4 little sandwich bits where you sandwich close that cowlick with the pins and let it fully dry. That's my advice for the toughest cowlicks out there.
We have time for one more question. This one is from Lena. A hairdresser used texturizing shears on my hair, and now my canopy and face framing layers are pokey and can stand straight up if pinched between my fingers. Is that damaged or just coarse, rough hair? If it were me saying the answer, I would say you just have really, really strong hair, and those shorter pieces now don't have gravity affecting them as much. So now they're going to just stick straight up. No, your hair's not damaged. Texturizing shears happen to the best of us. It's not the end of the world. It's only going to get better over time. Maybe just really, really strongly request, please don't use those on me next time. Please and thank you.
And use more gel.
Yeah. Gel
really try to control that hair. Like, if you're somebody who, when your new hair grows in, it tends to grow straight up rather than down, you more than likely have coarse or strong or rough hair, depending on what word we're using to describe all of the same thing. I love all these terminologies for the people that just need a different visual. Yes, then you probably have hair that is that way, and that is the reason. So more gel. When you diffuse it, set that diffuser like on your head rather than pushing it up, and that will help keep it kind of down. Barbie, what would you tell someone to do?
Yeah, everything you're saying, both of you. And then I would say hairspray is also really good too. So
love us some hair.
When your hair's wet and it is down, get it with the hairspray. You could also get, what are those clips called that like they're not alligator clips. They're like flat and people will use them for like finger waves. But you can get like those clips because they won't leave a dent.
They're designed to sort of flatten.
Yeah.
Yes, they won't leave a dent.
Yeah. Like they just like flatten to your hair. I don't know. But you could always like hair for a refresh because, you know, over time I could see them sticking back up. You could kind of hairspray or refresh with a little bit of gel and then stick them down, take them out, and it should be fine.
Oh, that's a really good tip. I like that.
I think those might be called smoothing clips. I have seen them before. I wish I knew what they were called, but that's what I would look up. Those would be my search terms.
All right. Alyson, do you have your product for your product spotlight?
I do. And you know, one of the things that I've seen Barbie talk about, which I was like, that's controversial, but I loved it, was people. I know this is where you get roasted. You didn't think it was going to happen, but here we are interviewing you. Courtney's like, oh, Alyson, God. The conditioning first and the shampooing, and shampooing second. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I can see that being a great thing for some people, but I wasn't sure about like, what would the long-term like ramifications look like that? But I would be really curious to see, because some people do, like, especially like you, Courtney, you've got really smooth, soft hair that like wants to be heavy. Like, I wonder, have you tried the conditioning first, shampooing second methodology?
You have
all the things I have tried, that has not been one of them.
I feel like you of all people would benefit. I
am dying. Okay, she's hiding. So in honor of that, my product spotlight was conditioner. So if you're not going to condition after, at least use a leave-in. That's what I say.
Yeah. We're using leave-ins in this household. Yeah.
Okay, so Barbie says still use a leave-in.
Oh yeah, and I don't do it for rough hair. This is just for soft hair. Just for super, super, super soft hair that gets super weighed down very easily. A lot of times you're over conditioning, and a lot of times the shampoos that they're using anyway has conditioning agents in it. And
this is true, especially if your shampoo has silicones in it, for sure. Yes. So I grabbed InnerSense Pure Inspiration Daily Conditioner. So this one is my product spotlight because this is a lightweight rinse out conditioner, but I also really like it as a leave-in, and I use it as a refresh product. So this like does triple duty for a lot of people. This is a really great solution. And of course, because this would be for like generally the people with the rough hair that are wanting to soften it, I had to grab the opposite, which would be for the people that have soft hair and they want to rough it up. So I grabbed, this is the old packaging, but this is Hair Story Undressed. And this is a salt-free sugar texturizing spray. So they use sucrose. Oh, I don't know if you would like it because your hair is already rough, Barbie, but
no,
this
not
one
for
is
me,
magic for me.
people.
But for the people, this is from Hair Story. It is my ride or die favorite as someone with a soft, slippery cuticle like Courtney's, but I don't have as much hair as Courtney. Courtney has 75 times more hair than I do. This one in particular is fantastic as a refresh. It's great as a finishing product. It's great as a refresh product. If you want your hair to spring up more, it's kind of like a sugar spray and a gel had a baby. That would be this one. So that's what I grabbed. And Courtney, I am now dying to hear your product spotlight, but also I'm dying for you to try Barbie's condition first, shampoo second method. You have to do it. She's like, I don't want to. Look at your face. I'm dying.
I don't. My scientist brain
in the spotlight, the product spotlight, but I stand by it.
Okay, here's why I'm being such a baby about the shampoo after conditioner switching, because shampoo raises the pH of your hair, lifts up the hair cuticle, pulls all the debris out, and then we put the conditioner on it to adjust the pH of our hair back down to its natural state. Please don't make me live with un-pH balanced hair. That's going to make me cry. But
the scientists in her can't stand it.
It's all like the same stuff. When you look at the formulation of a leave-in conditioner and a conditioner, 99% of the time, it's so similar. It really is like the same stuff. So Don't knock it till you try it.
I am going to try it for the sake of the wavy curly hair science. I am going to try it, but it may not be my everyday. And that's because
we're all congratulating ourselves for having like a healthy debate. Also, I love a good healthy debate. Like that's so great.
Yeah, you are allowed to hate it. There's no.
I love it. I love something different because Courtney, I don't know about you, but I feel like I've seen everything. I've done everything. And sometimes in the wavy curly hair world, and I'm like, something different? Tell me more. Let's talk about this. Like, I want to know. Right. Okay. Product spotlight. I'm shutting up now.
I have been wearing it this whole time. It is the Curlfriend Collective Silk Headbands. This was really cool. I am one of those people that always gets a headache when I wear a headband. Why? Because I have a giant head. Yay. Anyway, these are really special because the tail end of it curves back. I'm not sure if I'm in frame, but
move back a little bit.
Scoot back a little bit. Lean back a little bit.
Other way.
Other way, lean back. There you go. Okay, so Courtney is showing us, if you guys are not watching this, Courtney's showing us the back of the headband.
It curves away from the back of your ear and it kind of hugs that bone right there in your head. If you are a glasses wearer, you can wear the headband and it not interact or mess up the little eyepieces of your glasses. I don't get a headache when I wear this because of how it's hugging my occipital bone. Oh, wait, I hope that's the right one. I could be wrong. But it's very comfortable, very nice, very different. I haven't seen something like this and I have enjoyed it.
I would really need Curlfriend Collective to do like a silk lined winter like headband ear cover thing, like earmuffs but headband style.
Oh, I was about to tell you to check their Instagram page because they posted today, but it's not a headband. Right? It's an actual beanie. Yep.
Yeah, saw that.
No,
I know. I need a headband.
That would be great.
Yeah,
Barbie,
I like a headband too because then you can let the hair like actually be out and just kind of like keep you warm right around your ears. Yeah, I like that. Somebody somewhere is listening and will come out with this.
Yes, they will. Barbie, I did totally forget to let you know about the product spotlight. Do you happen to have a product within ours?
I have about 3,000 products 3 feet from me, and I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Remember, we want to know her favorites too, Barbie. You can't forget to grab like your favorites. I wanted to know like your top 3 that you sell. I'm dying to know. Or your top 3 sellers. Like what are your top 3 sellers and what's your favorite?
Well, these are not those, but okay. So top 3 Curls monthly sellers, probably like I said, Olaplex number 7, Olaplex number 10. And honestly, there's this brand called Chubby Curls. It's a very small brand. They have a phenomenal leave-in conditioner. It very much rivals the Kinky Curly Not Today, Kinky Curly Not Today, which I love. So those are probably like those. Just almost every single order, it feels like people are ordering them.
Okay,
I'm like
amazing. Okay.
So what I have for product spotlight is number 1. I was so surprised by this product. This is Blake Brown, so Blake Lively's brand, classic hairspray. It has been, first of all, these products like smell so good. So that definitely helps. But this hairspray, it has absolutely none of that like gritty feeling to it. And it really does help me with volume for days. So what I've been doing with it is actually I've been messing around with this, pre-scrunching out the crunch. I'll flip over, spray the heck out of it. Then I'll scrunch out the crunch and then spray the heck out of it again, flip back over. And my volume has been so good.
Dear, you sold me on that one too.
Oh gosh. And you said it's not crunchy. It's not gritty.
Not at all.
And you're spraying it twice. You're doing 2 layers.
And the smell is like, yeah, I'm a huge fan. And then the second product I brought to you is Color Wow Curl Flowetry. Have you guys tried this?
No. What is this? Say it again.
Color Wow Curl Flowetry. This thing, it's I like went to the Color Wow lab. So I talked with the guy who created this. So cool. It mimics your curly hair's natural oils. So it has like all these, like if you look at the ingredients, these are not normal ingredients. These are like ridiculously weird ingredients. And he basically made this solution to mimic what the type of oil that curly hair naturally makes. I love using it on my wavy people because it's very light. And I actually can use this leave-in conditioner by itself and have like a kind of a looser wash day because it really does. It's just my hair, but better. It's like, I'm literally obsessed with it. So
what is in it? Like, give us the top 3.
Aqua. Even the second ingredient.
Okay.
Betatronium, methosulfate, so we know that. Cetyl alcohol, we know that. Coconut oil, we know that. PEG40/PPG8 methlamminopropyl. I don't know that one. Simondicea. Oh, that's just jojoba oil. Hydrolyzed rice protein. Peakweed.
Okay, so we've got some PEGs, we've got some protein, and we've got some oils. So it's
moisturizing alcohols.
Yeah, fascinating. Okay, I've got to check that one out. Cool. I'd kind of written what is it? Curl Wow. I'd kind of written them off a little bit, after the dream coat. I was like, no.
What did you use from them?
Didn't they come out with is that the same as the something dream coat? What's the dream coat?
Curly dream coat. Yeah.
Curly dream coat. Yes, because that had it. If I remember correctly, it had a lot of PEGs. It had a lot of silicones in it. And I was like, oh no, that sounds pretty yucky, but this sounds pretty interesting. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm going to check it out. Thank you for that. Thank you for flowing with us too, by the way. This has been so much fun. Barbie, this was so awesome to have you on. Guys, it was so amazing to have you guys on here today. We have had over like 70 people listening live on this call and submitting their questions. I know a lot of you are going to download this and listen later. As always, we should have said it at the beginning, but we're going to say it now. Don't forget to rate us in the different podcast platforms. Please give us stars, reviews. It really helps us grow and helps us reach all the wavies. And Barbie, we really appreciate you taking the time out of your crazy busy schedule to be on here with us today. Thank you so much. It was so fun getting to know you, getting to pick your brain and getting to see all your favorites and debate about all the things with you and talk about new ways of saying the same thing that just makes a huge difference. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
We were absolutely honored, Barbie, that you got to join us today. As always, we hope that each and every single one of you listening and watching has an absolutely fantastic day, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
See y'all soon. Bye, guys.